Hello, my name is Robert. This is my tiny house, and today I'll show you all around and show you all the quirks and features. So my house is built on a 6.6 meter long Vlamix trailer, which is a flat model. That way I don't have to have protrusions in my floor. I've used steel cover for the outside, which is more lightweight. The whole house is built as lightweight as possible, but I'll show you more about that later. I have a lot of glass around the exterior, big door with glass and big windows all around. And the shape is quite unique. I designed it from the ground up all by myself, and I built it in 6 months. Every day, hard work, pretty much 24/7, 7 days a week. I have a kind of split design. On the right side, a more wooden cabin kind of vibe, and on the left side, a more rugged trailer kind of vibe. And if we go to this side, you can see that the wall is slanted outwards for multiple reasons, mainly interior space and interior feeling of space, but also because my bed is around this level here, which gives me the possibility to have a king-size bed up here. Also, my window is protruding here, which gives me a perfect view outside laying on my pillow in the morning or in the evening when I am in my bed. I also placed a nice sofa underneath, which is perfect because my window gives me protection from the rain, so I can sit here quite dry and comfortable. And if we go around this side, if you look carefully here, in all the corners I have mounting brackets, which are used for securing the whole house in case of a storm, because I might end up on the top of a hill one day. I started building this house in the beginning of 2020 when the COVID pandemic hit. Exactly on the first lockdown, everybody was inside, locked in their house, and I was outside building my own house. And I built it in the city of Budapest in Hungary. My friend had a beautiful garage there, and I could have all the space and free space as well to start building. And then when it was finished, I took it all the way here to the Netherlands, where it is now. And how I install it safely is I use these legs. I can raise the whole house, and I just put them on some cylinder blocks, or what's it called, tiles, so that the wheels aren't under pressure the whole time. Maybe if I go somewhere for a longer time, I'll take the wheels off when I'm living. So if you look closely under here, I have a storage box underneath my floor built into the steel frame of the Vlamix trailer. I actually have 2 of them here, which are hanging under or on top of the axles. I'll show you them from the inside in a bit. I like to be connected with nature, so I have a huge 1.40 m by 1.40 m glass window, which I can open all the way. And this is where I sit and have my great views. Here I am from my window in my shower. It's a little smaller square, but it's great also when I'm naked here and I just had a hot shower to cool down and get some fresh air on my face. Here you can also see my exhaust fan cover. I have one exhaust fan, which pretty much is plenty for the whole house. I am also saving all my water, which is flowing down this way into a 750 liter collapsible tank, which is nice because I can easily take it with me. And my dogs are drinking from the water. Right now we are fully connected on the grid, so we are having water connection, electricity, and we even have a sewage connection. I have some more boxes outside just for storing some extra stuff, because we all know we have limited space inside. On the front here, I extended the whole house 50 centimeters to the front, above the platform, and I made myself a integral garage, and I can remove the door of that, showing you the interior, which is where I have housed all my electronics and my water. On the right here on the top, you can see there's a 50 liter boiler, which supplies me of hot water in my shower and in my kitchen. The water comes from down here and my electricity as well, and that just flows through the house from there. Here I have a bunch of storage for all my tools and different kinds of things. I'm also a skateboarder, so I have a couple boards hanging up here. And it's just general, some extra space.
this one is insulated as well.
No, so the insulation stops here in my interior wall, and the garage is uninsulated to get extra space. So this is just straight to the steel. And the door is as lightweight as possible, thin wooden structure with this 0.5 millimeter steel all around. I've also used a steel structure frame for the house itself. Here are some pictures of it. And then I used Rockwool insulation throughout for nice warm winters. Here you can see I'm using some crates to easily manage my stuff, and I can just take out whatever I need to work on that moment. It's nice to organize and it's adaptable. So if you look down here, you can see my connections. I have just simple electricity with one plug, water with one hose, and here is my drainage system for the shower and the kitchen. To keep things clutter-free, I have a nice big plastic box outside, and it fits a whole load of junk, so I don't have it all laying around everywhere, which is a great thing. Now you're seeing me from my view from my kitchen, and the interesting thing about this window is that you can remove the entire panel and create a big open hole for yourself, so that when you're in a nice warm climate, you have a big hole in your house without any windows blocking the way. Beautiful. In the bedroom I have the exact same window, so when I'm sleeping next to my window I can just open it all up to get the best amount of fresh air. And now it's time to show the inside, so come along. As you enter, on the right hand side you see my big king size bed right here, 1.80 m by 2 meters, so all the space to lay comfortably. My window is straight on the same level, which creates the air draft that flows the fresh air straight over your body, cooling you down perfectly. I use this big blank wall with a projector right there to watch nice movies on a nice big screen. And I have some paintings around the windows to get some color in here. Underneath my bed I have some big storage units, which are also my sofa, so I can simply pull them out like this. And just like that you have a nice comfortable sofa to sit on and have a view out of the window. What I can also do is extend this table, which is my office and my dining table, extend through the whole width of the window. I can put my sofa right here. There you go. It's a dining room. And just like that, you can just collapse everything easily and you have all the space in your living room again. For doing yoga, or for doing stretches, or for playing with your dogs. Underneath my feet here are the big underground boxes. You don't really see them because I hid them well in a little hole in the ground where I made a threaded insert so that I can pull up and open. And there you see a whole bunch of storage underneath the floor. Nobody will ever know.
It doesn't get moldy?
No, I insulated it and didn't really get any mold. I got more mold out here than in there. To block out the light and to get some more privacy, we just made these beautiful cloths into curtains, and we got some clicky buttons in the corners, and we can just click that and hang it up here. Click, and there you have very lightweight, easily foldable and storable curtains. On the other side we have my kitchen, which is more than 3 meters long, and I have a beautiful handmade sink from tiles, and I'm using a very lightweight structure of thin wood panels with also sliding doors, which are very thin and lightweight as well. The washing machine is hidden in the corner right here underneath this panel, which I can remove and open my top-loading washing machine. So a full-sized top-loading washing machine for the clothes hidden in the corner. And of course I also have a nice fridge, which is plenty big for us. I love eating and I also love cooking. So that's why I have a nice big kitchen with all the space. But now you're thinking, where do you cook? Well, underneath here I have a beautiful thing, which is an induction heater, and it's very strong and very fast, and that's where I cook. It comes out like that, and I can use special induction pans for it, for making chocolate pancakes. As well as I have a nice air fryer for some fries or some whatever. So all the options available. Everything is electric. I don't use any gas in this house. Eventually, if I can be off the grid, I can just make my own power and everything is electric. I don't need to get gas cans. I don't need a stupid connection. It's really great. Here on this side, I have a really nice spice rack right next to where I'm standing, so that's super convenient. And then I have a very beautiful plate with this shell, and I like to walk past it and just look at it and stare at it. It's amazing.
And the door is made from plywood, huh?
Yeah, very thin, just 8mm plywood or something. As light as possible. The centerpiece of the house, my tiny little cute wood stove. It's very cute and small. It opens from the front and from the top. It burns very well and very efficiently. And I've made it 35 degrees Celsius inside here when it was freezing outside. So plenty of warmth there. And it just goes straight out through my roof. Here I have another nice drawing, which is my tiny house with my dog and a little tree. Very cute. Following me through my kitchen, we can go into my only interior door, showing you the view of the shower. This is my whole bathroom, which is all waterproofed, and I'm using two different kinds of vinyl here. For the walls, I've used a very thin vinyl sheet, which resembles wood and marble. Very beautiful. And on the floor, I have here a more thick, softer ground vinyl, which I've raised 10 centimeters up, creating a waterproof layer here, so that even when the water arises, there won't be any leaks. The shower works great. The 50-liter boilers is plenty for a nice warm shower. 2 people, doesn't matter. And under here, I have hidden 2 big jars with a big lid on it. And as you can tell by this self-made toilet seat, one of these is my toilet. This one is with wood chips, and the other one isn't. And when I need to use it, I simply put this toilet seat on. I can do my business, and then we just fill it up. And I would say once in a month, I have to empty it again. And we just dig a nice hole in the forest, and we put it back into nature. Very ecological. So obviously there's a lot of light coming in this place, and it's one of the smallest rooms, of course the smallest space in the house, which is very important to create open space feeling. So I have a big square open roof window, which is made from plexiglass, and I can simply remove it and then shower in the rain, shower in the snow, and shower in the beautiful starlight. A lot of mirrors here to reflect all that incoming sunlight. The door is mirrored. I have a little face mirror. Mirrors here, kind of like sticky mirrors. And I have 2 planks for storing my towels and my showering stuff. So I placed the wood stove centrally in the house in order to easily warm the entire space and not have it in a corner somewhere, which makes your other corner of the house more cold. It's also open from the bathroom to the main living room, which is a bit weird because you can see your partner showering or taking a poop. But we can close it off simply whenever we want. And this way we also have a very, very warm bathroom whenever we go for a shower, instead of having a very cold bathroom because there's no stove in it. So this is a great option. I have also prepared all the sides and the top with extra insulating materials to protect for the heat, because it gets really hot in here. There's also a steel bottom for any hot coals that can fall down, and a double insulated pipe here with all kinds of more insulation there. Going straight through the roof with a rubber exterior ceiling. To block off these 2 spaces from each other, what we usually do is simply take one of our towels, and then we can just clip it onto the edge here, which gives us a private space. I designed the space to be perfect for simply moving around. I can spread my arms here, it's not too high. The total height of the house is 3.1 meters. And it's raised by 2 degrees or 1.5 degrees or so. And when I'm just standing on the floor, I can raise my hands exactly That's pretty much what I wanted. So this is a king size bed, but if you take this one out all the way, all 3 boxes, you have another double bed, which is queen sized. So in this tiny house, I can have space for 4 people sleeping comfortably in nice soft beds. Staying on the lightweight side of things, the whole ceiling is made of hollow plastic extruded profiles, which are very lightweight, and they're with some kind of bamboo covering. So they look really nice, and they are very lightweight, because it's a lot of square meters, and if you use wood for that, then that's a lot of kilos as well. The floor also is simply vinyl, which is, as you know, just a thin sheet of plastic material. Very easy to clean. We have dogs here, so sometimes there will be some grass, puke, or some other things. So this is great. You can just clean it and it'll be perfect. It's all waterproof.
And what is under on the floor? It's plywood.
Yeah, underneath the floor I used 18mm OSB panels. And the sides here, the walls are 10mm fiberboard panels, which are painted white simply. And underneath that obviously is a water barrier, a waterproof barrier. On the outside of the house also is a house barrier, like a semi-permeable barrier. So while I was building this whole house, I was vlogging everything like that, and I just made videos of every step of the whole process. My YouTube channel is my name, Robert van Haften, with 2 B's. And I have made a series called Rob's Job Tiny House Build Videos. And that's where you can see a 16 series build videos of every step of building this whole house. So if you want to make your own in the same style, go for it. And don't hesitate to ask for any tips.